Hey everybody, Anthony here, and I'm here with a update for my Power Rangers Lost Galaxy fan film series, and as well as with this channel. And as I promised back on a Instagram post, if you didn't catch it on, with my Instagram at Power Rangers Lost Galaxy fan film, that I was going to post a update on Power Rangers Lost Galaxy Infinite Frontier and the 2022 Power Rangers Lost Galaxy fan film Reboot. I know I haven't really been on this fan film stuff all that often because given what's going on currently with COVID and with me personally, I have to bring up about the fan film because, if anyone is wondering what has happened to Power Rangers Lost Galaxy Infinite Frontier and why there's not much stuff, about it on any of my socials. Well, it's just, simply, last time I did a vlog talking about Power Rangers Lost Galaxy 3, I pretty much, over time, you should know that last time I did a vlog talking about it, and I don't think a lot of people got engaged to it, but last time I talked about this, I had said I had lost interest in the project because COVID, and then also, what had happened with my last mainline Power Rangers Lost Galaxy fan film project. Sometime during the pandemic, between last year and right now this year, I tweeted something related to Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, the Wrath of Trakeena, which was my previous Power Rangers Lost Galaxy fan film project. And I had said on Twitter, personally, I don't think a lot of people got the gist of the tweet. And I even posted the same tweet as a screenshot on the Instagram page for this content, that Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, The Wrath of Trakeena was awful. It had pretty much ruined my life in a way, and I realized, as much as I had the passion to get that film off the ground and out there, but I don't think a lot of people in the years since I put it out, I think a lot of people just didn't want to see me keep doing paper doll fan films anymore. And now that, since my 29th birthday has passed at the time I'm recording this, at this rate, I don't think a lot of people want to see me keep doing this anymore. Because it's like, I have been doing this for a really long time, since 2010, 2011, 2012, stuff like that. And it's like, as time goes on, and then, with what's going on with me and what's going on in the world and what's going on elsewhere within the Power Rangers fandom community and all things Toku and Sentai and stuff, I feel like, times have changed since I last was doing this stuff, and now that I'm in my final year of my 20s, I don't feel like there's just not much I can do for the movie anymore. I mean, well, during my hiatus, summer hiatus, I did film some new stuff for Power Rangers Lost Galaxy 3, but it's not much. Just only like some green screen sequences with like the capsular cycle and the Red Ranger's Battleizer that I did shoot some new stuff of. But I wasn't filming as often because, my consciousness with going outside with those puppets and stuff, because, of course I have to wear my mask in public, and also I already made it clear that I was already fully vaccinated since the summer. But despite the Delta variant right now, it's just impossible for me to finish this movie. I should have been done with the movie since 2 years ago around this time, between September through December of 2019, before COVID happened. Kicking off this new decade and this new year last year, and I really haven't really been getting anything done with this movie. And I know that's suffice to say because that's my fault. I haven't been thinking about this movie anymore. Maybe it's just the fact is, as time goes on, I move on to something else, And not only that, it took me a decade to make Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, The Rise of Trakeena, and despite my obsession with Trakeena and bringing her back in Power Rangers in the form of a fan film, but it's not going to be the same canonical character that we know from, the actress who played her on the television show, but let alone in a fan film. And despite my struggles trying to do that fan film for a decade, since I was 18 years old and now I'm like 29, what was the point? But I already been done with Rise of Trakeena, well, now as Wrath of Trakeena, back in 2017, 2018, and I already put the film out in 2018 with a extended director's cut in 2019. But other than that, I realized I wasted a lifetime on that fan film, and it really took a lot of energy out of me, my mental health, emotional health, and physical health out of me to get that thing out there. Because I was also going through some personal problems, with ever since I was 18 years old in high school, and when I was done with high school 10 years ago, and then and as years went on with my dad's passing, and all of this negative life event stuff that's happened with me over the last 10 years since then, and I really haven't been thinking about this anymore. And I feel like, what's the point doing this movie if Wrath of Trakina bombed on my YouTube channel? Because I think maybe it's because I think at my age I shouldn't be playing with paper dolls and stuff, and because I just don't know why am I still doing it. As much as I and what I posted recently today on Instagram about the paper dolls, if you see my recent Instagram posts, I have been doing paper dolls for 13 years, since 2008, when I was in high school and special ed. What inspired me to do paper dolls was back when I was in high school, covering Romeo and Juliet in English class. That year, back when I was 15, 16 years old. And when, the class, when my English class, with those I had a class with for that, when we was covering Romeo and Juliet, there were options to recreate certain classic moments from William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Like, some of the class wanted to be in front of a camera reenacting some stuff in costumes and wigs, while I chose to do this other method that I don't think a lot of people thought about. But although paper dolls have been made long before I even did them, but the paper dolls I've been doing with cardboard and paper and all that other stuff, making the puppets for years. And I knew that once I was going to do it with Power Rangers since 2009 and 2000, or mainly 2010, either one of those 2 years. I know it's been a long time for me, and I knew that once when I was about to be done with high school and onto YouTube and everywhere else and within the Power Rangers fandom community, that I was going to do fan films of Power Rangers with this. And I thought, back when I was younger, but if you remember for newer viewers who have never seen my earlier videos on this channel before, but most of those videos are listed private given the recent update with this channel. And I went around, making videos and posting stuff about this fan film. And when I started doing this stuff 11 years ago in 2010, and when I started joining the Power Rangers fandom, when the fandom had a major resurgence following Saban's reacquisition with the franchise from Disney, and then Power Ranger Samurai was about to start airing 10 years ago, so forth. I was one of those Power Ranger fans who was so young at the time in high school and was about to get out of high school the next year in 2011 to do this fan film thing of Power Rangers Lost in Galaxy, because it was something I had been dreaming of ever since I was a teenager. And once I was about to enter the real world, but I realized, when I started, a lot of people didn't take the whole me making paper dolls for a movie of Power Ranger thing seriously, or I didn't take myself seriously, as a matter of fact, because I have to realize I'm at this age where I shouldn't probably be doing this now, because now that we got Hasbro's Lightning collection figures, things have changed, and I feel like it's time I advanced and moved up from the paper doll stuff to something else, but I'll talk about it in a future update about that once Infinite Frontier is over. And but in the years since I have been doing these paper dolls of the Power Rangers for a decade, it's just come to a point and come to a conclusion that I don't think people want to see me keep doing that no more. Or actually, nobody ever did, because they thought I must be crazy making that, or I must be delusional thinking people are going to watch something like that. Because I realized that during my young 20s, and I've been doing a lot of reflecting since my 28th year on Earth last year, that when I started doing this stuff, I was expecting too much out of my own fan work, fan art, fan film stuff. Expecting people to watch it, and I was expecting I would get at least 1,000 views or 20,000 views of it. But then turn around, once I uploaded it, not many people were going to watch it, because it was something that no normal functioning adult, male or female, would watch, because it's something they don't want to watch. Because I shouldn't be forcing something of mine onto people if they're not going to like it or not. So that's fine. If you don't like what I do, that's okay. This thing that I've been doing is not for everyone. But I don't know who am I doing it for. Maybe I'm doing it for myself, because I don't have nobody. I don't have no one to share the stuff with much, besides those that I'm friends with that like Power Rangers, that are also on the same spectrum and stuff as me, that may like it or may not like it. But that's the thing, because I've been struggling all decade trying to put myself out here for you people to see what I was trying to do and what I was trying to achieve, even if I was doing it without a budget. But anyway, cut to the point with Infinite Frontier, though. It's just the film is still in production, but it's just I haven't been thinking about it much often. It's just I've been very busy struggling to get 3 or 4 major things for that project. And one of them, of course, because one of the reasons why I have not been doing stuff with Power Rangers Lost Galaxy Infinite Frontiers, because I was more focused on changing the status quo from what I have been doing for a long time, a bit, what I have been doing. Because it's been a long time for me to go past what I was doing in my Rise of Trachina era of Power Rangers fan filmmaking to something past that. In this case, for my third and final installment of my fan film series, I wanted to shake things up. And it's going to be a slight spoiler for the third movie, because knowing the fact that in the main universe of Power Rangers with Lost Galaxy, in terms of the Galaxy Rangers and their Galactabeasts, Galactazords, you know that the Lost Galaxy Rangers always had their 5 main Galactazords to make the Galaxy Megazord, right? But in my fan fiction universe of Power Rangers, and for that version of Lost Galaxy, I wanted to switch out those Zords in favor of new Zords from a totally unrelated Sentai that was like 20 some years or 19 years after Ginga Man, which is, Lost Galaxy counterpart. And basically, I was thinking about taking concepts and inspiration from a Sentai that, if Power Rangers Lost Galaxy was done today and not adapted Ginga Man for that series, they would have went with the following 2017 Super Sentai, which was really space themed. In this case, Uchu Sentai Q Ranger. And basically, during my hiatus over the last couple of months of 2021, I did manage to get at least one of the Zords from that Megazord from Q Ranger for Power Rangers Lost Galaxy Infinite Frontier. In this case, one of the Zords from Q Ranger. And I actually managed to get at least the Washi Voyager. But wait until when I get the Q Reno and that Megazord with the Dragon, Bear, and Scorpion Zords, and some of the other Zords, and then I can get back to finishing the movie. Because this is why it was taking a long time. Because I had been struggling even during the pandemic to get the Megazords, or one of the Zords from that Sentai, unrelated to PRLG, and knowing the fact Lost Galaxy is just the Galactazords that don't. Because, one of the things I find egregious about, but I'll talk about this in my next podcast episode about Lost Galaxy and my stance of how I felt watching Power Rangers as a kid going forward today as an adult, that, in the years after Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, I've always had doubts about what if I never did watch the Power Rangers past Lost Galaxy, like seasons like Time Force and Ninja Storm, Mega Force, so forth, and what if my life was different if I was not obsessed with Power Rangers like I am today, or Super Sentai. Yeah, so again, I managed to get at least the Washi Voyager from Q Ranger for this film, and this will be the Pink Ranger's Zord for the film. You know, going from the Wildcat Galactazord to this, but it's going to be odd. But wait until when I finish the movie before 2021 is up and before 2022 is here, and I'll hope you guys see what I was trying to do. Plus, not only that, I had been also for Infinite Frontier. You know that my main villain is, you know, given my plot for him to have an evil Megazord for the thing. But if you know, you can see this right there, but you know what it is. It's, you know, a particular Megazord from that recent Power Rangers movie. And, you know, I know it's not a great visually looking Megazord, but I also took a long time to even manage to get this Megazord, you know, for my main villain of Emperor Xaviax for Power Rangers Lost Galaxy 3, because, you know, given the fact that, of course, you know, recreating the Captain Mutiny Lost Galaxy arc, if I can't make Grunshore and Titanosaur happen, this would be the substitute for that, for the film. But I know this is the Megazord from the 2017 Power Rangers movie. But, you know, nobody never did like this Megazord, but I am planning to use this for this movie because, you know, given that this Megazord is the most disliked visually looking Megazord for anything Power Rangers, but I will use it for the film. I know Watch Someone is going to say that I should not use this because you know how much, you know, some of us in the fandom don't like the designs of the 2017 movie, but yet the movie was good, but the design choices they made were awful, but I'm still going to use this nevertheless for that film. So that's why I've been taking a long time with Infinite Frontier. Plus, the script is, you know, I haven't been done with the script because I also want to tell you guys about that. The printer that I've been using with my computer for a long time, my printer had stopped working. So I can't be, well, I haven't been writing pages for it to finish the script so I can finish the movie because my printer stopped working and stopped printing properly. So therefore, I'm going to take some time off again from making the movie so I can get enough money to get a new HB printer, because the printer I was using is an HP printer. Had that same printer for 10 years since 2011. So that's why everything's taking a long time. And, you know, again, COVID and, you know, my personal situation right now with this thing is why I haven't been doing stuff about this movie, because it's just... I think maybe it's just, I think people need to forget about good old me and this stuff. So. And there you have it with Infinite Frontiers update for now until I do a new update when I'm done with the movie. But as for Power Rangers Lost Galaxy 2022, I have already started revising the story outline for that film, because I don't want to give you full details on the 2022 Power Rangers Lost Galaxy project for the PRLU. Yes, the PRLU is still going on. It's just I haven't been figuring out... I've been trying to figure out a story that may or may not be like Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, but you do have, like I mentioned, that I was going to plan on doing Leo and Kendricks and them as the Galaxy Power Rangers finally in my fan film project, because... You know, that other series of films that I'm doing, you know, that being this, that those characters that I was having as the Power Rangers were not really those Power Rangers. So good thing I did the fans of Leo's team a favor when I was doing the 2014 fan film incarnation of Power Rangers Lost Galaxy for the last decade. Because of these characters, those OC Gary Stu, Mary Sue characters I have to be the Galaxy Rangers were named Leo and Maya and them for this thing. You know, people who are fans of Lost Galaxy would have been pissed at me for doing those characters a certain way. But at least luckily this film will have them in the thing, and I basically didn't want to do this completely like I planned when I said I was going to do a Power Rangers fan film cinematic universe, if ever, that I was not going to do completely an reboot adaptation of Lost Galaxy season in 5 or 6 different movies. But that's why I got to focus on one movie at a time before, you know, because I don't want to make the same mistake the 2017 Power Rangers movie did when they tried to set up, when they told their first movie, but then when they were trying to set up sequels, and then when that movie bombed, but you get the point. because I don't want to do a story of Lost Galaxy for a movie that's the same story as we all know, because, don't want to fuck with our childhoods, right? And our childhood memories of those characters and the story, because, it's just too precious to us for those who grew up with those Power Rangers and other seasons. But I'll tell you some details or leak this story online somehow and somewhere, because I know a lot of you are not going to like it. But once I'm done rewriting this is the story outline, but this was printed back in 2018 when I was writing it. But I'm going to rewrite the whole thing once I'm done with it and when I'm still working on it, because I got multiple things going on at once with the film. At the same time, I did manage to get, for the vehicles based on my Mossy Scene layout for what things, props, vehicles, and stuff I'll use for that project. I did manage to get something very retro from Lost Galaxy. It's something I should have gotten a long time ago. I have been very passe about the Rangers as jet jammers for years, but look at me now. I already end up getting a jet jammer. Well, actually, this here, for example, is the custom of the yellow Galaxy Rangers jet jammer. Yeah, you can tell that the paint is very rough, because this is my first time painting, customizing toys and stuff. And this is what I have been doing during the time with that project. And I know that, for a fact that if I want to make this like the TV show, but it's my own thing with it, I got to stick to some of the stuff they had. The jet jammers, the Galacta Beast for the Megazord and stuff. But because this is what I'm going to use. But you can tell that the paint on my custom Yellow Ranger jet jammer is pretty rough on some areas because it's not perfect by any means, but I'm trying to do better with customizing old toys with some paint mods and stuff. And I'm going to hold off. There hasn't been no script written for the 2022 movie yet, because I'm still doing Infinite Frontier, because I can't do 2 movies at once right now. I got to focus on finishing one movie before I do the next one, because that's why I should probably lay off from doing the 2022 film until Infinite Frontier is done. Then I'll move on to the next movie. But right now, the 2022 fan film reboot of Power Rangers Lost Galaxy is currently still in development, close to pre-production, because I still haven't did puppets for haven't finished puppets for those. I'm about to get more of the Lightning Collection figures for Lost Galaxy, or just random Lightning Collection figures to make custom figures, because I'm thinking about doing multiple mediums at once instead of just doing what I had always been doing, just puppets and video game footage. But I was thinking about like puppets, video game footage, and using old and new Bandai and Hasbro Power Ranger toys to make the project. You'll see what will come to be. And also, if you see my Astro Megaship thing on eBay and stuff a couple of times, I actually managed to get my hands on an Astro Megaship as one of the few toys to use for the next movie. So, and also to be more close to Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, the TV show, and all of Prime Power Rangers continuity. But this thing is going to be a reimagining. The next movie is going to be a reimagining of Lost Galaxy. There's going to be some things familiar from the television show that I will do in that movie. Something I couldn't do in the 2014 film incarnation when I was doing it, because back when I was still getting that backlash back in the early 2010s when I was doing that, if you remember back when I started the channel, and I was getting bitched out by people who thought I was trolling and, all that stuff. So that's as far as I can tell you. So Infinite Frontier is still in production. I'm just almost halfway done getting all the Megazords so I can finish the movie, because it's been 2 years since March of 2019 I have been doing the film. And Power Rangers Lost Galaxy 2022, I probably won't start shooting that movie until November, no less, because given, all of the stuff going on with COVID right now. And I will likely get Infinite Frontier done before, like I said, as promised, until 2021 is up, before 2021 is up. I'll probably get the film done before Christmas, before I know. And yeah, and I think that's about it until 2022. And then when I turn 30, I guess I'll have to make an announcement one day about me quitting YouTube and quitting this, because it's like, I guess playtime is over with me with this thing, I guess. So that's it, guys, and I'll see you guys next time with a future fan film update, in person or via voice recording with some gameplay or whatever for that. So anyway, guys, I'll see you guys next time with a new update about my fan film stuff of Power Rangers.